All right, you walk into a supplement store, or you're scrolling online, and what hits you? It's a wall of 1,000 different tubs, pills, and powders. They're all screaming at you, with promises of more muscle, less fat, and superhuman energy. Let's call the supplement industry what it is. A multi-billion-dollar giant that's basically built on confusion, hype, and frankly, a lot of products that are little more than expensive dust. You told you need a pre-workout, an intro workout, a post-workout, a nighttime recovery formula. The list just never ends.
But what if I told you that 95% of that is just noise? What if, to get 95% of the results you could possibly get from supplements, you only needed 4? Not 40, not 14, just 4. Today, we're cutting through all that marketing junk. We are going to build your supplement foundation based on what actually works. By the end of this, you'll have a clear, simple, and effective plan that will save you money and get you much better results. Let's be honest for a second. You're probably wasting your money. Most of us have. The industry is designed to give you FOMO, the feeling you're missing out if you're not taking their latest revolutionary blend.
They use fancy-sounding terms like proprietary blends, which is often just a sneaky way to hide the fact that they're skimping on the important ingredients and packing the rest with cheap filler. They rely on tricks like amino spiking, where they bulk up the protein number on the label with cheap, useless amino acids that do next to nothing for muscle growth. The result? You spend your hard-earned money month after month choking down chalky powders only to look in the mirror and see, well, not much. It's frustrating. It makes you wonder if anything actually works or if it's all just one big scam. This cycle of buying, trying, and being let down is what keeps the industry rich and you stuck.
But it doesn't have to be that way. The truth is, a handful of supplements have been studied so much and have been so proven to work that they're in a class all by themselves. These are what experts call Tier 1 supplements. The evidence behind them is undeniable. So let's clear the junk off your shelf and replace it with the 4 pillars that will actually support your fitness goals. First up, the absolute cornerstone of muscle recovery, protein powder. And no, this isn't just for massive bodybuilders. It's for anyone who's putting their body to work with regular exercise. Protein powder, whether it's whey, casein, or a plant-based option, is really just a concentrated and convenient form of protein. When you work out, especially lifting weights, you're creating tiny microscopic tears in your muscles. To repair that damage and build the muscle back bigger and stronger, your body needs amino acids, the building blocks of protein. A protein shake is simply a fast, easy, and efficient way to get those amino acids right when your body is ready for them. The real magic of protein powder is how fast it kicks off something called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. This is the actual biological process of building new muscle. Whey protein is especially good at this because it's a complete protein loaded with an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the main on switch for muscle growth. It basically tells your body, okay, time to start rebuilding. Time and time again, studies have shown that adding a whey protein shake after a workout leads to more lean muscle and strength than just training alone. For the best results, try to get a protein shake in within 30 to 60 minutes after you finish your workout. This is often called the anabolic window, a time when your muscles are basically sponges for nutrients. A solid dose is anywhere from 20 to 40 grams. That's the sweet spot to maximize the muscle building signal without just chugging down extra calories. Protein powder is Tier 1 because it directly solves the #1 requirement for muscle growth, giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair and rebuild. Sure, you can get all your protein from whole foods like chicken or eggs, but that's often impractical and much slower to digest, especially right after a workout. A good protein powder is a reliable and scientifically backed tool to make sure your hard work in the gym actually pays off. If protein is for recovery, creatine is for pure strength and power. Seriously, no other legal supplement has been studied more or has shown more consistent, dramatic results. Creatine is a natural compound your body already makes and stores in your muscles. Its main job is to help quickly regenerate your body's main energy source, ATP. During short, intense efforts, like a heavy lift or a sprint, your muscles burn through ATP like crazy. Taking creatine helps top off your muscles' creatine stores, which lets you produce that energy faster and for a little bit longer. By giving you more available energy, creatine lets you squeeze out an extra rep or two, lift a bit heavier, and fight off fatigue. Think of it like swapping out your car's standard fuel tank for a high-performance one. Over time, being able to do more work in the gym directly leads to bigger and stronger muscles. The science is overwhelming, with research showing it can lead to 5 to 15% greater gains in strength and performance. The best studied, cheapest, and most effective form is simple creatine monohydrate.
Don't fall for the fancy, expensive versions. For dosing, you have two options. You can load it by taking about 20 grams a day for a week, split into smaller doses. This saturates your muscles quickly. After that, you just take a maintenance dose of 3 to 5 grams a day. Or you can skip the loading and just start with 3 to 5 grams a day. It'll take about 3 to 4 weeks to fully saturate your muscles, but you'll get to the same place.
The most important thing is taking it consistently every day. Timing doesn't really matter. Creatine is tier 1 because it's one of the safest and most proven performance enhancers out there. Even the International Olympic Committee gives it the green light. It directly helps you train harder, and training harder is what forces your body to adapt and grow. It's a game changer. Next up, we have the one supplement designed to take your training from just okay to let's go. The pre-workout. A pre-workout is basically a mix of ingredients you take before exercise to boost energy, sharpen your focus, and improve performance. Now, formulas can be all over the place, but the good ones are built around a few key proven ingredients. The big one is caffeine, which blocks receptors in your brain that make you feel tired, so you feel more alert and ready to go. Other major players you'll see are beta-alanine, which helps fight that muscle burn so you can push longer, and L-citrulline, which boosts blood flow for a better muscle pump. Together, these can seriously increase the amount of work you can do in a single session. Timing is everything. You'll want to drink your pre-workout about 20 to 30 minutes before you start training. This gives everything enough time to kick in. And please, be smart with the dose. Always start with half a scoop to see how you react, especially to the caffeine. Most pre-workouts have 150 to 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is like 1 to 3 strong cups of coffee. Also, don't take it too late in the day, or you'll be staring at your ceiling all night instead of getting the sleep you need to recover. A well-formulated pre-workout earns its tier 1 spot because it directly makes your workouts better. And better workouts where you're more focused, energized, and can push harder are what lead to better results. It's not as essential as protein or creatine, but it's an incredibly powerful tool for those days you're feeling tired or unmotivated. And finally, we've arrived at the most overlooked yet critically important tier 1 supplement. Electrolytes. Electrolytes are just essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that carry an electric charge. They're vital for a ton of bodily functions, but for anyone who works out, their most important job is managing your fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle contractions. When you sweat, you're not just losing water, you're losing these critical minerals. Electrolyte supplements are simply designed to put them back. Even a little bit of dehydration can tank your performance. Losing just 2% of your body weight in fluid can reduce your strength and endurance. An imbalance of electrolytes, especially sodium, is what often causes muscle cramps, sudden fatigue, and dizziness during a tough workout. By replacing these key minerals, you help your nerves fire correctly, ensure your muscles contract properly, and keep your endurance up, especially during long workouts or when it's hot outside. Look, for a standard 1-hour workout, plain water is probably fine. But if you sweat a lot, if you're training for longer than 90 minutes, or if you're exercising in the heat, an electrolyte drink becomes a huge help. You can sip on it before, during, or after your workout. The most important electrolyte you lose through sweat and need to replace is sodium, so look for a formula that prioritizes it. Electrolytes are tier 1 because proper hydration is the foundation of everything. You can take all the other supplements in the world, but if you're dehydrated and your electrolyte balance is out of whack, your body just can't perform at its best. It's not a flashy supplement, but preventing cramps and maintaining your endurance isn't just a nice little bonus, it's essential. So there you have it, the big 4, your tier 1 essentials that are actually proven to work. Protein powder for recovery, creatine for strength, a good pre-workout for performance, and electrolytes for hydration. If this no-nonsense guide helped clear things up for you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I also want to hear from you. Which of these 4 is an absolute staple in your routine? Drop a comment below and let me know. Remember, the goal isn't to take the most supplements, it's to take the right ones. This stack is your foundation. Build your results on this solid rock of science, not on the shifting sands of marketing hype. And of course, supplements are meant to supplement a good diet and smart training. They don't replace them. Be consistent, train smart, supplement smarter. See you in the next one.